You have probably been there before. You are talking to a woman, and something about the way she speaks to you feels different. Her words seem charged with something more than casual conversation. She is not just making small talk. She is not just being polite. There is an undercurrent, a subtle shift in her language that you cannot quite put your finger on. And you wonder, is she developing feelings for me? Am I reading too much into this? Or is there something real happening beneath the surface? The truth is that women subconsciously give away their emotions through their words long before they ever admit their feelings directly. Language is not just about communication. It is about connection. And when a woman starts developing feelings for you, her words shift in ways that go far beyond casual conversation. Whether she realizes it or not, the way she speaks to you holds clear psychological cues about where her emotions truly stand. According to behavioral psychology, people unconsciously express emotional attachment through subtle linguistic patterns. Dr. Gottman, a renowned relationship psychologist, found that the words people use in relationships are powerful predictors of long-term emotional investment. When it comes to women, their choice of words often reveals their true feelings before they ever directly say, "I like you." So if you have ever wondered whether she is catching feelings for you, pay close attention to what she says. Because the truth is that a woman will always reveal her emotions before she confesses them outright. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we should not be distracted by what others say, but by what they do. And yet, words are actions too. They are expressions of what is happening beneath the surface. When you learn to read them, you gain access to a truth that she may not even be consciously aware of. The first phrase that reveals a woman is developing feelings for you is this: "I feel like I've known you forever." When a woman says this, she is not just making small talk. She is expressing a deep emotional connection. This phrase means she feels incredibly comfortable with you, as if there is an unspoken bond that defies logic or time. Psychologists have found that women tend to form emotional attachments more quickly than men, especially when they feel truly understood. Dr. Gottman explains that emotional safety is one of the biggest drivers of attraction. When a woman starts feeling emotionally secure around you, she begins to associate you with trust, familiarity, and warmth, all key ingredients in romantic interest. Think about it. When you meet someone who just gets you, it feels effortless. That is exactly what she is experiencing. She is realizing that being with you feels easy, natural, even predestined. Let us say you have only been talking for a few weeks, but she looks at you and says, "It is so weird. I feel like I've known you forever." This is not just a compliment. It is a confession. Her subconscious is telling her that you have already carved out a place in her world. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote that nothing is as destructive to inner peace as depending on what is not within our control. But when a woman feels this kind of ease with you, she is not depending on you. She is simply recognizing that your presence feels like home. The second phrase is one that often gets misunderstood. "You're one of my closest friends." Now, I know what you might be thinking. Wait, did she just friend zone me? But before you jump to conclusions, let us break this down. When a woman calls you one of her closest friends, especially when you have not known each other for very long, she is actually testing the emotional intimacy between you. It means she already trusts you at a deep level, which is a crucial step before attraction fully develops. Women are wired to prioritize emotional security before physical attraction. This is why they naturally seek out men who make them feel safe, understood, and emotionally supported. If she is sharing personal stories, opening up about her insecurities, or even talking to you about things she would not tell most people, she is emotionally investing in you. For example, let us say she casually mentions, "I feel like I can tell you anything. You're one of my closest friends." That is not her trying to push you away. It is her way of saying, "I trust you. You are important to me." The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote that we should be tolerant with others and strict with ourselves. When she shares her vulnerabilities with you, she is being vulnerable. And vulnerability is the foundation of intimacy. If you respond with understanding rather than panic, you reinforce the trust she has placed in you. The third phrase is perhaps the most direct compliment a woman can give without realizing it. "You're so different from other guys I've met." When a woman says this, she is telling you that you stand out, and in the world of attraction, standing out is everything. Women are constantly evaluating men, not in a harsh way, but in a way that helps them identify who is truly worth their emotional investment. If she is comparing you favorably to other men, it means she sees you as a high-value man, someone who is not like the rest. Psychologists refer to this as selective perception. Once we develop an emotional attachment to someone, we start filtering the world through that lens. If she sees you as someone different, she will start mentally placing you above the average guy she has encountered. Let us say she casually says, "You're not like most guys." You actually listen, or "You're different in a good way." What she is really saying is, "You're worth paying attention to." The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we should not seek to have events happen as we wish, but to wish them to happen as they do happen. When a woman recognizes your uniqueness, she is acknowledging that you are not trying to be someone you are not. You are simply being yourself, and that authenticity is what draws her in. The fourth phrase reveals a level of trust that most people never achieve. "I feel like I can be myself around you." This one is big. When a woman tells you she can be herself around you, she is revealing something most men do not notice. She trusts you with her real self. Think about it. People do not drop their guard around just anyone. Most of the time, we are presenting a version of ourselves that we think will be accepted. But when a woman starts being her unfiltered, goofy, or vulnerable self around you, it means she feels emotionally safe. Psychologists call this authenticity bonding. It is the deep human need to connect with people who allow us to be real in relationships. This is the foundation of long-term attraction. For example, maybe she suddenly starts acting silly around you, showing you her quirks, or admitting things she is embarrassed about. Maybe she says, "I don't know why, but I can just be myself around you." That is huge. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote that the greatest cure for the mind is trust in the one who is advising. When she feels she can be herself around you, she is trusting you with her mind and her heart. And that trust is the seed from which deep attraction grows. The fifth phrase is one that reveals the depth of emotional connection. "You make me feel seen and heard." This one might sound simple, but do not underestimate its power. When a woman tells you that you make her feel seen and heard, she is revealing something rare and valuable, that you understand her in a way most people do not. Women are emotional communicators. They do not just want to be listened to. They want to feel like their thoughts, feelings, and experiences matter. A study published in Psychology Today found that emotional validation is one of the strongest factors in long-term attraction. When a woman feels heard, she feels safe, valued, and deeply connected to the person who provides that space for her. So what does this look like in real life? Maybe she tells you something personal about her past, something that means a lot to her. And instead of dismissing it or trying to fix it, you listen, ask thoughtful questions, and engage with genuine interest. Later, when you bring up something she said in passing, maybe her favorite childhood movie or a dream she has for the future, she looks at you differently. And then she says it. "You actually listen. You make me feel seen and heard." In that moment, you have created emotional security, something she will not easily forget. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When you listen to her with genuine attention, you are dyeing her thoughts with the color of being understood, and that color is deeply attractive. The sixth phrase reveals the depth of emotional investment. "I feel a deep connection with you." The word connection is key here. This is not casual attraction or surface-level interest. This is emotional investment. When a woman says she feels a deep connection with you, she is not talking about basic chemistry or shared hobbies. She is talking about something deeper, something that feels rare and irreplaceable. People do not say this lightly. It means she sees you as someone who truly gets her, someone she feels drawn to on an almost soul level. Psychologists call this emotional resonance, when two people's energies align in a way that makes them feel completely in sync. Here is how you will notice it happening. She will start opening up about deeper life topics, her fears, her childhood, her dreams. She will mention conversations you have had in the past and how much they meant to her. She will start associating you with emotional fulfillment, and before she even realizes it, she is hooked. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that no great thing is created suddenly. And the same is true of connection. It is built through the accumulation of small moments, each one building on the last. Each time she shares something vulnerable and you hold it with care, you build that connection. Each time she feels seen and heard, that connection deepens. And as it deepens, it becomes part of who you are to her. The seventh phrase reveals the kind of emotional compatibility that leads to lasting relationships. I can talk to you about anything. At first, this might seem similar to the last one, but there is an important difference. When a woman says, "I feel a deep connection with you," she is talking about an emotional bond. But when she says, "I can talk to you about anything," she is talking about emotional compatibility, the kind that leads to long-term attraction and lasting relationships. Think about it. We all have people in our lives we care about, but how many can we truly talk to without feeling judged or misunderstood? If she is saying this to you, it means she sees you as her safe space. She knows she can be herself, share her thoughts, no matter how deep, random, or silly, and you will actually listen. Here is how you will notice this happening. She texts you out of the blue about something totally random. She asks for your opinion on a life decision. She shares her personal struggles without hesitation. All of these are huge signs that she feels emotionally fulfilled by talking to you. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote that we should be silent as to services we have rendered, but speak of favors we have received. When she opens up to you, she is giving you the favor of her trust. Do not take it lightly. There is also a bonus point that is worth mentioning. I miss you, even when you have not been gone long. Now, if a woman says she misses you, even when you have not been apart for long, this is huge. People do not just miss anyone. Missing someone means they have become an important part of your thoughts, your emotions, and your day. When a woman expresses missing you, even if it has only been a short time, what she is really saying is, "I feel emotionally connected to you, and your presence brings me comfort." Psychologists explain that emotional attachment forms when someone associates happiness, safety, and excitement with your presence. When a woman starts catching feelings, she begins to notice your absence. Whether it has been a few days, a few hours, or even just a morning apart. Imagine this scenario. You have spent the evening together, and the next day she randomly texts, "I miss you." At that moment, she is not just saying words. She is revealing where her heart is at. She is thinking about you, wanting to be around you, and craving the emotional closeness you provide. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote that we should be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved and the raging of the sea falls still around it. When she misses you, she is revealing that you have become a steady presence in her life, a rock that she does not want to be without. If you have made it this far, you now understand the subtle but powerful phrases women say when they are developing real feelings for you. These are not just casual compliments. They are confessions. They are expressions of a heart that is opening up to you. And how you respond to them can either deepen that connection or close the door. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we should not be upset by what we do not have, but rejoice in what we do. If you are seeing these signs, rejoice. She is giving you the gift of her trust, her vulnerability, and her heart. Do not squander it. Meet her with the same openness, and watch as your connection deepens into something truly meaningful.